Fall. Fall is one of the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, winter, fall. The air gets colder in fall. The days get shorter. Leaves turn colors. Some turn yellow. Others turn orange or red. Leaves fall to the ground. Josh rakes the leaves. Animals prepare for winter. Squirrels gather food. Geese fly south. Bears eat a lot. Pumpkins are carved. Ellie helps her dad. Apples are picked. Aya loves apple pie. What will you do this fall? Fall fun. Build a bonfire. Go apple picking. Carve pumpkins. Jump in a pile of leaves. Fall. Fall is one of the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, winter, fall. The air gets colder in fall. The days get shorter. Leaves turn colors. Some turn yellow. Others turn orange or red. Leaves fall to the ground. Josh rakes the leaves. Animals prepare for winter. Squirrels gather food. Geese fly south. Bears eat a lot. Pumpkins are carved. Ellie helps her dad. Apples are picked. Aya loves apple pie. What will you do this fall? Fall fun. Build a bonfire. Go apple picking. Carve pumpkins. Jump in a pile of leaves.
Spring changes. Spring comes after winter. It brings many changes. Warm. The temperature rises. Warm weather helps plants and leaves grow. Tyson feels the warmer weather. He plays outside at the park. Rain. Clouds hold water. When there is too much water, it falls. We call these drops of water rain. What do you see? What color is Kay's raincoat? Lots of rain falls in spring. Kay wears a raincoat to stay dry. Plants need rain. It keeps soil wet. Now plants can grow big. Sunlight. The sun rises earlier in spring. It goes down later. There is more sunlight. What do you see? How many buds do you see? Sun and rain help plants grow. New buds grow on tree branches. What do you see? What kind of flower do you see? Spring days get warmer. Summer is almost here.
Abdo Kids. Seasons. Spring. Spring. Spring is one of the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, winter, fall. The sun feels warmer in spring. The days get longer. Plants begin to grow. Flowers bloom. Birds build nests. They lay their eggs. Many baby animals are born. The piglets are so cute. Farmers plant crops. The corn grows fast. It can be windy. Jimmy flies a kite. It often rains. Grace likes to jump in puddles. What will you do this spring? Spring fun. Feed ducks. Jump in puddles. Fly a kite. Plant flowers. Abdo Kids. Seasons. Spring. Spring. Spring is one of the 4 seasons. Spring, summer, winter, fall. The sun feels warmer in spring. The days get longer. Plants begin to grow. Flowers bloom. Birds build nests. They lay their eggs. Many baby animals are born. The piglets are so cute. Farmers plant crops. The corn grows fast. It can be windy. Jimmy flies a kite. It often rains. Grace likes to jump in puddles. What will you do this spring? Spring fun. Feed ducks. Jump in puddles. Fly a kite. Plant flowers.
Spring changes. Spring comes after winter. It brings many changes. Warm. The temperature rises. Warm weather helps plants and leaves grow. Tyson feels the warmer weather. He plays outside at the park. Rain. Clouds hold water. When there is too much water, it falls. We call these drops of water rain. What do you see? What color is Kay's raincoat? Lots of rain falls in spring. Kay wears a raincoat to stay dry. Plants need rain. It keeps soil wet. Now plants can grow big. Sunlight. The sun rises earlier in spring. It goes down later. There is more sunlight. What do you see? How many buds do you see? Sun and rain help plants grow. New buds grow on tree branches. What do you see? What kind of flower do you see? Spring days get warmer. Summer is almost here. Spring changes. Spring comes after winter. It brings many changes. Warm. The temperature rises. Warm weather helps plants and leaves grow. Tyson feels the warmer weather. He plays outside at the park. Rain. Clouds hold water. When there is too much water, it falls. We call these drops of water rain. What do you see? What color is Kay's raincoat? Lots of rain falls in spring. Kay wears a raincoat to stay dry. Plants need rain. It keeps soil wet. Now plants can grow big. Sunlight. The sun rises earlier in spring. It goes down later. There is more sunlight. What do you see? How many buds do you see? Sun and rain help plants grow. New buds grow on tree branches. What do you see? What kind of flower do you see? Spring days get warmer. Summer is almost here.
Nessie spaghetti. Words to know before you read. Clean up. Cooking. Cry. Dinner. Hair. Plate. Smells. spaghetti. Mom is cooking dinner. It smells good. What are you cooking? I asked. I am cooking spaghetti. It is almost dinner time. Please set the table, Mom said. 1 plate for Mom, 1 plate for me, and 1 plate for Baby. Baby plays with his plate. Are you having fun? Asked Mom. Mom put spaghetti on our plates. It is time to eat. Baby hits his plate. Spaghetti is everywhere. He has sauce on his face. There is spaghetti in his hair. Baby starts to cry. Please don't cry, I said. I pick up my spaghetti. I put it in my hair. I put sauce on my face. Now we are the same. Mom, you should join us, I said. Mom laughs at us. Baby stops crying. That was fun. Now let's clean up together. Then we can all eat spaghetti, said Mom. Dust everywhere. Words to know before you read. Broom, bucket, change, floor, house, mess, mop, vacuum. Zoe and Zach clean the house. I will get the broom, and you can get the mop. I can sweep the floor, and I can mop. Zach bangs the broom on the floor. Stop! You are doing it wrong. Dust here, dust there, dust everywhere. Let's change. I will sweep, you mop. Zach splashes the mop in the bucket. Stop! You are doing it wrong. Water here, water there, water everywhere. What a mess! I am sorry. I will clean by myself, but I want to help. Don't make a mess this time. I won't. Watch me. See? No dust. Zach vacuums the floor. Great! It is clean. Clean here, clean there, clean everywhere.
Little Stars Baseball. Let's play baseball. We need 2 teams. It's your turn to bat. The catcher is ready with a mitt and a helmet. The pitcher throws the ball. Be careful. If you get 3 strikes, you are out. You hit the ball hard. A player in the outfield tries to catch it. Home plate. First base. Second base. Third base. Pitcher's mound. Quick! Run around the bases to home plate. You scored a home run. Glossary. Bases. Base-es. There are 3 bases on a baseball field. First base, second base, and third base. Home run. Home run. A batter scores a home run if he is able to run around all 3 bases to home plate with 1 hit. Mitt. Mitt. A mitt is a type of baseball glove made of padded leather. Outfield. Outfield. The outfield is the area beyond the infield and inside of the foul lines. Strikes. Strikes. Strikes are throws from the pitcher that the batter swings at and misses. Teams. Teams. Teams are groups of people playing a sport together on the same side. Little stars. BMX. Check out my bike. It is a BMX bike. People use BMX bikes to do tricks. This trick is called a manual. This trick is called an endo. Big kids use the pegs to do grinds. Peg. Helmet. I wear a helmet. I ride at the skate park. I like to use the ramps. Ramp. One day I want to ride at the X Games. Glossary. BMX. BMX. BMX is short for bicycle motocross. BMX bikes are off-road sport bicycles used for racing and stunt riding. Endo. Endo. An endo is a trick where the rider uses the front brake to balance the bike on its front wheel only. Grinds. Grinds. Grinds are performed using the bike pegs to slide along metal rails or concrete ledges. Manual. Manual. A manual is a trick where the rider moves forward, balancing on the back wheel only. Tricks. Tricks. Tricks are clever moves using the bike that take practice and skill. X Games. X Games. X Games is an extreme sports event that happens once a year and is shown on the television.
Little Stars Camping. We are at the campground. Let's set up our tent. We can go exploring. We can fish in the lake. Let's build a campfire. We can roast hot dogs. We can roast marshmallows. Nighttime is here. Let's find the Big Dipper. Time for bed. Let's get in our tent. Glossary. Big Dipper. Big Dipper. The Big Dipper is a group of 7 bright stars. These stars make a pattern that looks like a handle and a bowl. Campfire. 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 A campfire is a fire built by campers. Campfires keep campers warm and can also be used for cooking. Campground. Campground. A campground is a place where people can set up tents and camp. Exploring. Exploring. When you are exploring, you are traveling around to find out what a place is like. Marshmallows. Marshmallows. Marshmallows are round, squishy candies. Roast. Roast. When you roast something, you cook it in a very hot oven or fire.
Little stars fishing. Learning to fish is fun. I use a rod, reel, and fishing line. Fishing line. Rod, reel. A tackle box holds my tools and hooks. I wear bug spray and a life vest. My dad ties the hook. Fishing hooks are sharp. I use a worm for bait. I like to fish too. I cast the line. I wait quietly. I feel a tug on the line. I've caught a fish. Glossary. Bait. Bait. Bait is anything you can put on your fishing hook to get fish to bite. Worms are good bait for some kinds of fish. Cast. Cast. When you cast, you throw a fishing line or net into the water. Hooks. Hooks. Hooks are curved pieces of metal or plastic used to hold things. Reel. Reel. A reel stores the fishing line. You turn the reel's handle to pull in your line. Tools. Tools. Tools are things we use to help us do jobs. Tug. Tug. A tug is a pull, a force that makes something move. A fish will tug on a fishing line when it is.
Little stars golf. Let's go to the golf course. We will need golf clubs and golf balls. Golf clubs. Tee. I will tee off first. I stand with my feet apart. I use both hands and swing my club high. I hit the ball hard onto the fairway. We ride a golf cart to the fairway. I get my ball to the putting green in 4 strokes. My ball is close to the hole. I putt the ball softly. It goes in. Glossary. Putting green. Fairway. Tee boxes. Fairway. Fairway. The fairway is the short grass between the tee boxes and the putting green. Golf course. Golf course. A golf course is the grounds where golf is played. A golf course has 9 or 18 holes. Putt. Putt. A putt is a stroke made by tapping the ball, not hitting it hard. Putting green. Putting green. A putting green is the area around a hole. Strokes. Strokes. Strokes are any hits or strikes of the golf ball. Tee off. Tee off. To tee off is to start play by hitting a golf ball from the tee.
Little Stars, Rodeo by Taylor Farley. I love to go to the rodeo. I wear my cowboy hat and boots. I watch bronc riding. I watch barrel racing. But bull riding is my favorite event. Rodeo clowns help out when riders fall. Rodeo clowns. Rodeo clowns are also called bullfighters. I compete in the mutton bustin' event. I wear a helmet and a protective vest. Helmet. Protective vest. I hold on tight as long as I can. Glossary. Barrel racing. Ba-rul, race, ing. In barrel racing, a horse and rider race around 3 barrels in a clover leaf pattern. The fastest horse and rider win. Bronc riding. Bronc riding. In a bronc riding event, a rider tries to stay on a bucking horse for 8 seconds. The rider may only use one hand to hold the reins. Compete. Compete. To compete is to try hard to win a contest against others. Event. Event. An event is a contest. Protective. Protect-ive. Protective clothing helps keep us from getting hurt. Rodeo. Ro-D-O. A rodeo is a contest in which cowboys and cowgirls show their riding and roping skills. Little Stars. Skateboarding. I can skateboard. I push with my foot. I go fast. I go slow. Sometimes I wipe out. We should always wear a helmet. I can go down hills. I can do ollies. I ride on ramps. I learn cool tricks. Skateboarding is awesome. Grip tape. Wheel truck. Deck. Wheel. Glossary. Helmet. Helmet. A helmet is a hard hat that protects your head. Ollie. All-E. An ollie is a trick where the skater and board leap into the air. Hands do not touch the board for this trick. Ramp. Ramp. A ramp is a sloping surface. Skateboard. Skateboard. A skateboard is a board with wheels that skaters stand on and ride. Trick. Trick. A trick is a clever move that takes practice and skill. Wipe out. Wipe out. To wipe out is to crash or fall.
Little stars skiing. I am in ski school. I wear warm clothes, scarf, jacket, gloves, ski pants. I wear a helmet, goggles, ski boots, and skis. Helmet, goggles, ski boot, skis, bindings. My ski boots clip into the bindings. Some of us use ski poles. Ski poles. We practice the right way to fall. We practice how to get up again. We learn to form a wedge. We learn to turn and stop. Time to go down the bunny hill. Glossary. Bindings. Bindings. Bindings are attached to the skis and grip the boots. Bunny hill. Bunny hill. A bunny hill is an easy hill where children and beginning skiers learn to ski. Practice. Practice. Practice is doing something over and over for improvement. Skis. Skis. Skis are long, narrow pieces of hard material. People wear skis to glide over snow. Ski poles. Ski poles. Skiers use ski poles for balance and for extra push. Wedge. Wedge. A wedge is formed when the front tips of the skis point together and the ends of the skis are wide apart.
My favorite sport. Soccer by Nancy Strezza. Dribble, pass, shoot, goal! I love to play soccer. Soccer is the most popular team sport on earth. In many countries, this game is called football. A point is scored when the whole ball crosses the goal line of the other team. The team who scores the most goals wins. The team in control of the ball is called the offense. They dribble and pass the ball trying to score. Do you remember? How is a point scored? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The team on defense tries to take the ball away and stop the offense from scoring. Because soccer is such a fast-moving game, the offense and defense changes quickly. Soccer is played on a rectangle field with a net at each end. At the start of the game, a coin toss decides who kicks first from the center. When one team scores a goal, the other team gets the next kickoff. Each soccer team has 11 players. The goalkeeper, or goalie, is the only one who can touch the ball with his hands on the playing field. Defenders prevent the opposing team from scoring goals. Midfielders run the entire game, playing both offense and defense. Forwards or strikers try to score goals. Do you remember? How many players are on a soccer team? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Dribbling is the most important skill of soccer. Players learn to control the ball with short kicks while running. They practice moving the ball swiftly without looking down. Soccer players practice passing the ball to one another. Short passes move the ball to a nearby teammate. Long, high passes are used to move the ball down the field. Players may not kick, trip, hold, or tackle another player. If they do, the referee may award the other team with a free kick or a penalty kick. Soccer equipment includes a net and a ball. Soccer players wear shorts and a jersey. They wear shoes with rubber cleats and shin guards to protect their legs. They wear special socks to keep their shin guards in place. Do you remember? Why do soccer players wear shin guards? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Soccer is a fun sport to watch and play. Glossary. Offense. The team in control of the ball who is trying to score. Defense. The team trying to take the ball away and stop the offense from scoring. Goalkeeper. The player who guards the goal and can touch the ball with his hands. Dribble. Controlling the ball with short kicks while running. Striker. A forward who tries to score goals. Jersey. A shirt worn by an athlete. Did you remember? Answers. Question number 1. When the whole ball crosses the goal line of the other team. Question number 2. 11. Question number 3. To protect their legs.
Little Stars Soccer. I am on a soccer team. Shin guards protect our legs. We wear shin guards under our socks. Cleats help us grip the ground and make fast turns. We play on a soccer field. Goal. Goal. We do warm-up exercises before each game. The referee makes sure we follow the rules. We kick, dribble, and pass the ball. Each team tries to get the ball into their goal. Goalkeeper. The goalkeeper guards the goal and tries to stop the ball going in. The team that scores the most goals wins. Glossary. Cleats, cleats. Cleats are sports shoes that have spikes or bumps on their soles. Dribble, dribble. When you dribble a soccer ball, you control and move it with short kicks or nudges with your foot. Goal, goal. A goal is scored when a player gets the ball into their team's net. The soccer net with its frame is also called a goal. Goalkeeper. Goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's job is to keep the ball out of the net. Shin guards. Shin guards. Shin guards are pads worn under the socks to protect the player's shins. Soccer. Sock-er. Soccer is a game played with two teams. Each team tries to get the ball into their net to score a goal.
Little stars swimming. I love swimming. I have swimming lessons every week. We practice blowing bubbles in the water. We practice kicking our legs. Some of us wear swimming goggles. Some of us wear water wings. I use a kickboard to help me swim. We learn different strokes. Our instructor helps us and keeps us safe. Swimming is lots of fun. Glossary. Goggles. Goggles. Goggles are special glasses that protect your eyes. Instructor. Instructor. An instructor is a teacher. Kickboard. Kickboard. A kickboard is a piece of equipment that helps swimmers stay afloat. Practice. Practice. Practice is doing something over and over for improvement. Strokes. Strokes. Strokes are movements swimmers make with their arms to move through the water. Water wings. Water wings. Water wings are full of air and are worn on the arms of someone learning to swim.
My favorite sport. Swimming by Nancy Streza. Swimmers, take your marks. I love to swim. Swimming is for all ages. The arms and legs of the swimmer move the body through the water. Pools come in many shapes and sizes. An Olympic-sized pool is 50 meters long and 25 meters wide. The water is at least 2 meters deep. Starting blocks are at one end of the pool. Ropes divide the lanes. Open water races are held in lakes or the ocean. Swimmers race at swim meets in single or team events. Races can be as short as 25 meters and as long as 10 kilometers. The person who touches the final wall first wins the race. The highest goal for a swimmer is a gold medal at the Olympics. Do you remember? How long is an Olympic-sized pool? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The 4 kinds of strokes in swim meets are breaststroke, freestyle, backstroke, and butterfly. In the breaststroke, the swimmer dives from the starting block into the water. His arms reach forward together. Then they sweep out and around to his body. His legs perform a whip kick. His head dips in and out of the water. Some people call this the frog stroke. The freestyle, or the front crawl, is the fastest stroke. The swimmer dives and is face down in the water. He kicks his feet up and down with flutter kicks. One arm pulls and pushes under the water. The other arm reaches forward above the water. The arms move around and around. To take a breath, he turns his head to one side. Do you remember? What is the fastest stroke? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. In the backstroke, the swimmer starts in the water facing the wall. She pushes off from the wall. Then she kicks fast with a flutter kick. She reaches up and back with one arm. She pulls her arm under the water to her body. The other arm does the same. She swims on her back for the entire race. The butterfly is the hardest stroke. After diving from the starting blocks, the swimmer is face down in the water. Both arms move in a forward circle. He uses a dolphin kick with his feet and legs held together. His arms, head, shoulders, and chest lift out of the water on each stroke. It needs perfect timing.
Little Stars Yoga. I love yoga. Yoga makes me feel calm. I use a yoga mat. I wear comfy clothes. I take deep breaths. I stretch into a warrior pose. I bend into camel pose. I balance in tree pose. Yoga makes me strong. I practice yoga every day. Glossary. Breaths. Breaths. Breaths are the air that you breathe into and out of your lungs. Calm. Calm. When you feel calm, you feel peaceful and not worried. Comfy. Comfy. Clothes that are comfy make you feel relaxed and able to move easily. Pose. Pose. To pose is to position your body in a certain way. Practice. Practice. Practice is doing something over and over for improvement. Yoga. Yoga. Yoga is a set of exercises for the mind and body.
When I grow up.
When I grow up, I might be a teacher. Or a doctor. When I grow up, I might be an artist or a famous singer. When I grow up, I might be a pilot or a firefighter. When I grow up, I might be a truck driver. Or a construction worker. When I grow up, I might work in a store and sell the best toys in the world. When I grow up, I might be a cook or a famous baseball player. When I grow up, I don't know what I'll be. I'm only 7. I'll decide tomorrow.
My favorite sport. Basketball. Dribble, pass, take it away, run down the floor. Shoot the ball through the hoop, score. Basketball is an exciting, fast-paced team sport. Basketball is played on a rectangle court divided by a mid-court line. At each end of the court is a hoop. The hoop is on a backboard 10 feet off the ground. The key and the free throw line are in front of the basket. Basketball doesn't need very much equipment to play. A player needs a basketball, some sport shoes, and a court with a hoop. The game is played with 2 teams. 5 players from each team can be on the court at one time. They try to shoot the ball through the hoop to score 2 points. Making a basket from outside the arc scores 3 points. The team with the most points wins the game. Do you remember? How many players from each team are on the court at one time? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The game begins with a jump ball at center court. The 2 tallest players get ready to tap the ball. The rest of the players stand outside the center circle. The referee throws the ball straight up. Once the ball is touched, the game begins. The team with control of the ball is called the offense. They move the ball down the court by passing or dribbling. The ball can be passed in the air or with a bounce to a teammate. The ball cannot be kicked. The offense tries to score points. The team without the ball is called the defense. They try to keep the other team from scoring. They try to steal the ball and block shots. They try to get rebounds when a shot is missed. When they get control of the ball, they become the offense. Do you remember? What is the offense? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. There are different kinds of shots to get the ball into the hoop. Jump shot. The player jumps straight up and arcs the ball into the basket. Bank shot. The ball bounces off of the backboard into the basket. Layup. The player lays the ball onto the backboard with one hand. Everyone in the crowd loves a slam dunk. The player jumps high in the air and slams the ball down through the hoop. If a player is hit or pushed, the referee calls foul. Everyone lines up around the key while the player tries to make a free throw from the line in front of the basket. Each free throw is worth 1 point. A coach teaches the basic skills of dribbling, passing, shooting, defending, and rebounding. Do you remember? What is a bank shot? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Basketball is a fun sport to watch and play. Glossary: dribbling, bouncing the ball with one hand. Midcourt, the line that divides the court in half. Backboard, the board behind the basket. Rounded curve. Rebound, catch the ball that bounces off the backboard. Defense, keeping the other team from scoring. Did you remember? Answers. Question number 1. 5. Question number 2. The team with the ball. Question number 3. The ball bounces off the backboard into the basket. My favorite sport, cheerleading, by Nancy Strezza. Let's go. Let's go. L-E-T-S-G-O. I love to cheer. Since the 1800s, students have cheered together for their favorite athletes. Cheerleaders are chosen to lead the crowd in support for their team. They get the crowd to shout, stomp, and clap with them. Together, they urge the athletes to do their best. Cheerleading takes place in a gym or on a field. They often stand along the sidelines. Do you remember? Who leads the crowd in helpful support for their team? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Cheerleading has become more athletic and fun to watch. Teams dance and perform a timed routine with music. They do stunts, jumps, tosses, and tumbling. In the past, cheerleading was not considered a sport. Today, many squads compete against each other. They are judged on difficulty, timing, skills, and performance of their stunts. The squad must follow strict safety rules so no one gets hurt. The team with the most points wins the competition. Do you remember? Why does the squad have to follow strict safety rules? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Every person on a cheer squad is an athlete. Teamwork and timing are always important. The cheer squad is made up of flyers, bases, and spotters. A flyer is lifted into the air to the top of the formation. She must have a strong core and great balance. Bases must have strong legs because they hold the flyer up and keep her safe. Spotters help lift the flyer and keep her from falling. Cheerleaders wear their team's colors. Sometimes they use pom-poms to catch the attention of the crowd. Cheerleaders practice all kinds of jumps and tumbling skills, such as roundoffs and back handsprings. This sport requires strength, energy, balance, and timing. Do you remember? Why do cheerleaders use pom-poms? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Cheerleading is a fun sport to watch and play. Glossary. Attention, interest, or notice. Chanted, repeated cheers over and over. Flyer, a cheerleader who is lifted up. Routine, a performance. Squad, a team. Did you remember? Answers. Question number 1. Cheerleaders. Question number 2. So no one gets hurt. Question number 3. To catch the attention of the crowd.
Little Stars Gymnastics. I love gymnastics. I go to gymnastics class. We use soft pads to stay safe. We wear stretchy clothes. We stretch, jump, and bend. Our teacher helps us do somersaults. We do straddle levers. Some of us do the splits. Sometimes we use the rings. We walk on the balance beam. Gymnastics makes us strong. Glossary. Gymnastics. Gym-nas-tics. Gymnastics are difficult and controlled body movements. Pads. Pads. Pads are soft cushions that are used for protection. Somersaults. Some-salts. Somersaults are rolls where the head goes down on the floor and the body rolls forward over the head. Splits, splits. The splits is a move where the body slides to the floor with the legs spread in opposite directions. Straddle lever. Strad-ul-lev-er. A straddle lever is a move where the body is supported with the hands and the legs are off the floor and out to opposite sides. Stretchy. Stretch-y. Stretchy material can be made wider or longer when pulled.
My favorite sport. Gymnastics. Focus. Point your toes. Stick the landing. Keep smiling. I love gymnastics. Gymnasts develop balance and control. Their bodies become agile and strong. They show beauty and grace with their movements. Gymnasts practice and compete in a special gym. There are bars, rings, vaults, pommel horses, balance beams, trampolines, and special mats. Gymnasts first learn jumps, stretches, and rolls. They learn headstands and cartwheels. Do you remember? Where do gymnasts practice and compete? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The gymnast practice leaps and turns. She stretches to do the splits. Then, harder skills are added, like round-offs, back handsprings, and twists. Then, she learns to perform the stunts on the equipment. The balance beam is one kind of event in gymnastics. The gymnast performs leaps, skills, turns, and dance moves on a narrow beam. The beam is less than 4 inches wide and almost 5 feet off the floor. It is very difficult to stay on the beam without wobbling or falling. Rhythmic gymnasts dance and tumble to music on a mat with a hoop, rope, ball, ribbon, or clubs. They compete alone and as a team. Do you remember? How high is a balance beam? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. It is important to have a good coach to learn how to do the skills safely. Each event has its own rules. Gymnasts must perform certain skills within the time limit. A gymnast is judged based on how well he does the skill and performs the routine. They are expected to stick the landing. They try to stick each skill, jump, or dismount perfectly without any steps or stumbles. For many years, gymnasts worked towards getting a perfect 10. Now, there is no perfect score. One set of judges starts from 0, adding points for hard tricks. A second set of judges starts from 10, taking away points for mistakes. And the scores are then added together. Girl gymnasts wear a bodysuit called a leotard. Boys wear a special shirt and shorts or pants. Do you remember? What does stick the landing mean? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Gymnastics is a fun sport to watch and do. Glossary. Focus. To pay attention or concentrate. Flexible. Able to bend without breaking. Grace. To move with elegance or style. Vault. A leather-covered object that a gymnast springs over. Dismount. To get off of the equipment at the end of a routine. Rhythmic. To move in tune to music. Did you remember? Answers. Question 1. In a special gym. Question 2. Almost 5 feet off the floor. Question 3. Land perfectly without any steps or stumbles.
My favorite sport. Football. 17, 31, 4, hike. The football is snapped. The play begins. I love to play football. Football is an American sport where two teams try to score points to win. A football game has 4 quarters and lots of different plays. There are 3 ways to score points in football. A. Touchdown, 6 points, plus either 1. Kick after touchdown, 1 point. 2. Run after touchdown, 2 points. B. Field goal, 3 points. C. Safety, 2 points. Each team takes turns playing offense and defense. Each player plays a different position. Offensive positions include the quarterback, running backs, linemen, and receivers. Defensive positions include linemen, linebackers, and backs. There are also special team players like the kicker and linemen. Do you remember? How many quarters are in a football game? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Football is played on a field that is 100 yards long. At the beginning of a game, a coin toss decides who goes first. A football play begins when the center snaps the ball to the quarterback. The quarterback runs the play. He chooses to throw the ball or hand it off. He can also run with it. Do you remember? How many points is a safety? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The team on offense wants to get the ball to the goal so they can score. They have 4 tries or downs to move the ball down the field 10 yards. If they make it 10 yards, they get another 4 downs to try and keep the ball moving toward the goal. The team on defense wants to stop the offensive team. If they can keep the offensive team from going 10 yards, they will get a turn on offense. Football players must wear heavy pads and helmets. They don't want to get hurt. Football players practice throwing, catching, running, and tackling. They also play their plays before the game begins so they will know where to go. Do you remember? Why do football players wear heavy pads and helmets? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Football is a fun sport to watch and play. Glossary. Offense, the team with possession of the ball. Defense, the team trying to take possession of the ball and defend their end zone. Safety, when a football player is tackled in his own end zone, the defense gets 2 points and the possession of the football from a free kick. Field goal, a 3-point score when the kicker kicks the football above the crossbar and between the uprights of the goalposts. Tackle, when a football player causes the player carrying the ball to touch the ground such that they are considered down, the end of the play. Touchdown. A 6-point score when a player has control of the football within the end zone. Did you remember? Answers. Question number 1, 4. Question number 2, 2. Question number 3, so they don't get hurt. My favorite sport, hockey. Keep your head up. Control the puck. Pass. Shoot. Goal. I love to play ice hockey. It's the fastest game on earth. The players try to get the black puck into the net while using a curved stick. The team that scores the most goals wins the game. Ice hockey is played on an ice skating rink with a net at each end. The skating rink is divided into 3 zones. Each team has 6 players on the ice at one time. There are 5 skaters and 1 goalie. The 5 skaters can go anywhere on the ice. 2 of the skaters are on defense. They try to keep the other team from scoring by breaking up passes and blocking shots. 3 skaters play offense trying to score points. Do you remember? How many skaters play offense? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The goalie cannot cross the center red line. He guards the goal, trying to stop the puck from entering the net. He is the only player who can hold the puck with his hands. Hockey requires speed, power, and teamwork. The coach teaches the team how to run plays and play defense. Hockey players must first learn to skate well. They can practice skating alone. Then they learn to hold the stick. Do you remember? What skill do hockey players need to learn first? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Dribbling and passing are important skills. The players move the puck back and forth with the stick. They pass it to other teammates. Each hockey game starts with a face-off. The referee drops the puck in the center circle. One team takes control of the puck and tries to score. A hockey game only stops at the end of each period, after each point, and after a penalty. Hockey is a contact sport, but there are penalties for rough or illegal play. A referee can send a player into the penalty box or give a penalty shot to the other team. Hockey players wear more gear than any other sport to keep them from getting hurt. They wear a helmet, face mask, shin guards, hockey pants, elbow pads, shoulder pads, gloves, and a jersey. They need hockey hockey skates, a curved stick, and a puck. Do you remember? Why do hockey players wear so much gear? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Ice hockey is a fun sport to watch and play. Glossary. Offense. The team in control of the puck who is trying to score. Illegal. Against the rules. Penalty box. A bench where a player sits in timeout after breaking a rule. Dribble. Controlling the puck with the hockey stick. Goalie. The player who guards the goal. Jersey. A shirt worn by an athlete. Did you remember? Answers. Question number 1. 3. Question number 2. They must learn to skate well. Question number 3. To protect them from getting hurt. My favorite sport. Horseback riding. By Nancy Strezza. Look forward. Sit up. Heels down. Hands steady. Let's go! I love to ride horses. Most people ride horses for fun. It is a great way to go places. 2 styles of riding horses are Western and English. Western riding is seen mostly in America. This type of riding began with cowboys herding cattle. The rider holds the reins in his left hand to guide the horse. His right hand is free to hold a lasso. English riding is seen all over the world. The rider holds the reins with both hands. She also controls the horse with her legs, seat, and voice. Do you remember? How does an English rider hold the reins? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Western riders can compete in rodeos or horse shows. Many rodeo events are based on the tasks for cattle ranching, like calf roping and riding fast. The National Finals Rodeo is the highest level of competition. The riders are judged on skill and speed. English riders can participate in many types of shows. The highest award is a gold medal at the Olympics. In dressage events, the judge is looking for perfect teamwork between the horse and rider. The goal in jumping is to go over all the jumps on the course within a fixed time. Points are taken off for any misses or time errors. Eventing is an exciting Olympic 3-event horse riding sport. The best of the best horses and riders compete in dressage, jumping, and cross-country. Both horse and rider must be strong, brave, and trusting of each other. They jump over fences and logs in an outdoor course in the cross-country event. The horse and rider with the fewest errors wins. Do you remember? In what event do horses jump over fences and logs? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Most Western and English competitions are held in indoor or outdoor arenas. The Western saddle is large and heavy with a saddle horn. The Western riders wear a cowboy hat, shirt, boots, and blue jeans. Many Western riders wear helmets to protect their heads. The English saddle is small and light. It does not have a saddle horn. English riders wear a helmet, fitted jacket, shirt, breeches, and tall boots. Riders need good trainers to teach them how to care for their horse and ride properly. Do you remember? Which saddle has a saddle horn? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Riding horses is a fun sport to watch and do. Glossary. Reins. Thin leather straps connected to a metal bit in the horse's mouth. Lasso. A long rope with a loop to catch animals. Rodeo. a competition for cowboys. Dressage, the training of a horse to perform exact and detailed movements. Breeches, tight-fitting, knee-length pants. Eventing, a 3-event competition of dressage, cross-country, and jumping. Did you remember? Answers. Question number 1, with both hands. Question number 2, cross-country. Question number 3, a Western saddle. My favorite sport, volleyball. Serve, pass, set, hit, block. Keep the ball in the air. Hit it back and forth over the net. I love to play volleyball. Volleyball can be played on any surface, such as wood, sand, or grass. The rectangle volleyball court is divided by a net. The playing court is marked by 2 sidelines and 2 end lines. Volleyball requires great teamwork. Each team has 6 players on a court at a time. Usually, 3 people are in the front row and 3 are in the back row. They work together to serve, pass, set, and hit the ball over the net. First, the ball is put into play with a serve. One player stands behind the end line to serve the ball. He gently tosses the ball into the air and hits it with his other hand. The ball must go over the net into the other team's court. A serve that hits the opponent's court without being touched is called an ace. Do you remember? Where does the server stand? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The receiving team tries to get the ball back over the net with 3 hits or less. With arms together, the first player passes or bumps the ball high into the air. The setter then passes the ball to a hitter. The hitter jumps and hits the ball over the net. A player on defense tries to block the ball. She jumps straight up near the net and blocks the ball with both hands. A serve cannot be blocked. A block does not count as one of the 3 hits. When the 2 teams hit the ball back and forth over the net, it is called a rally. The rally continues until the ball touches the ground or goes out of bounds. A referee can stop the play if he sees a fault. Do you remember? How many times can a team hit the ball? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. The team that wins the rally scores 1 point and gets the next serve. The first team to score 25 points with a 2-point lead wins the set. The team who wins 3 out of 5 sets wins the match. A volleyball and a net are required for this game. A player wears a shirt, shorts, socks, and sport shoes. Since players often hit the ground in falls, slides, and dives, they also wear knee pads. A volleyball coach teaches players the skills and rules of the game. Volleyball players can practice serving, passing, setting, hitting, and blocking anywhere. Do you remember? Why do volleyball players wear knee pads? Check and see if you're right at the end of this book. Volleyball is a fun sport to watch and play. Glossary. Volley. Hit the ball in the air. Bump. A volleyball pass using straight forearms and thumbs together. Setter. The player who passes the ball to a hitter. Block. An attempt to stop the ball from crossing the net. Referee. The person who enforces the rules of the game. Rally. Hitting the ball back and forth. Did you remember? Answers. Question number 1. Behind the end line. Question number 2. 3. Question number 3. So their knees don't get hurt.
Where does the mail go?
by Costin Meyer. Working for the USPS. The U.S. Postal Service, USPS, is our country's mail service. Postal workers help the USPS run smoothly. They have many jobs to do. The post office is open 6 days a week to make sure people across the country get their mail. Addresses and zip codes. To mail a letter or package to a friend, write their address on the outside. Write your own address on it too. Addresses include zip codes. A zip code tells postal workers what area the mail is going to. Postage. You must pay postage to send mail. Buying stamps pays for postage. Most letters need only one stamp. Packages need more. You can pay a worker at the post office for postage. You can even pay postage online. In the mailbox. You might put your mail into a mailbox outside your house. You might use a mailbox on the street. Mail carriers pick up mail from mailboxes. You can also take your mail straight to the post office. Through the post office. Workers at the post office help customers. They sell stamps and take your mail. Other workers load mail onto trucks. Many post offices in a large area send their trucks to a building called a mail processing plant. Processing mail. Machines in a processing plant sort mail by size. They write lines on stamps so the stamps can't be used again. Machines print barcodes on mail. Other machines read the barcodes, which help them sort the mail by zip code. Mail on the go. The sorted mail is put into trays. The trays are put onto trucks. Trucks take the trays to another processing plant close to the zip code the mail is going to. Mail that must go a long way is carried by airplanes. More processing. At the second processing plant, workers unload the trays. Machines read the barcodes and sort the mail based on where it needs to go. Trucks take the mail to the right post offices. At these post offices, workers prepare the mail for delivery. Out for delivery. Mail carriers load sorted mail onto mail trucks. They drive to neighborhoods and deliver the mail. Some do it on foot. Mail carriers place mail inside mailboxes. They also pick up mail that's going out, and then the process starts all over.
Firefighters. Firefighters save lives. They put out fires. They get people to safety. They help people who are hurt. Carol was in a car accident. They ride in a fire truck. The siren is loud. They hook up a hose. Water sprays out. They wear special clothes. These keep them safe. They need lots of tools. Jim puts on his air tank. They teach kids fire safety. Kate tries the hose. Do you know a firefighter? A firefighter's tools: fire axe, fire hose, fire engine.
Living things. Living or non-living. People, plants, and animals are all living things. All living things need food, water, and air to live. Non-living things do not need food, water, or air. Which of the following are living? Which are non-living? Animal life. An animal is any living thing that can eat, breathe, have babies, and grow and change. Mammals, insects, birds, reptiles, humans, butterflies, and snakes are all animals. We put animals in groups: fish, reptiles, amphibians. All animals need food and water. Animals find food and water in their habitats. Different animals live in different habitats. Animals use their senses to live and stay safe. Plant life. The seeds sprout roots and stems. The stems grow leaves. Leaves, roots, stem. Leaves absorb sunlight and help the plant make food. The stem holds up the plant. Roots take in water from the soil. Many plants have flowers. Flowers have petals and make seeds. Petal. Petals attract insects. Life cycles. All living things have a life cycle. They grow, become adults, and create new life. The cycle begins again. What did you learn? 1. Which one is living? Plant, car, rock. 2. What do animals need to live? Toys and fun, soil and roots, food, water, and air. 3. What do flowers make? Cookies, seeds, sunlight. Absorb. Absorb. To soak up liquid. Create. Create. To make. Habitats. Habitats. Places where plants and animals live. Life cycle. Life cycle. Series of changes all living things go through, from birth to death. Petals. Petals. The colored outer parts of a flower. Seeds. Seeds. The parts of a plant from which a new plant can grow. Senses. Senses. Powers or feelings used by people and animals to learn about their surroundings, such as sight, touch, hearing, taste, and smell. Stem. Stem. The long main part of a plant from which leaves and flowers grow.
Police officers. Police officers keep us safe. They make sure laws are followed. They help people. Sam must cross the street safely. They make sure people drive safely. Jane was driving too fast. She gets a ticket. Some police ride in cars. Others ride bikes or horses. Here comes the police car. The siren is loud. The lights flash. Police wear uniforms. They have tool belts. Some police work with dogs. The dogs help them. Do you know a police officer? A police officer's tools: flashlight, patrol car, handcuffs, two-way radio.
Our 5 senses. Our 5 senses. We have 5 senses: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Our senses help us enjoy the world around us. Seeing. We use our eyes to see. The black dot in the middle of your eye is called a pupil. The pupil lets in light so you can see. Sometimes we use our sight for fun, like reading a book or playing video games. Other times, we use our sight to stay safe. Hearing. We hear with our ears. Inside our ear, we have an eardrum. Vibrations bounce off the eardrum and we hear sounds. Ear canal, eardrum, hammer, anvil. We use our hearing to enjoy music or to listen to our teacher. Smelling. We use our noses to smell. Did you know that kids can smell things better than adults? As you get older, your sense of smell gets weaker. We can use our nose to smell flowers. We can use our nose to smell smoke in case there is a fire. Tasting. We taste with our tongues. Our tongues have taste buds. Taste buds tell us if something is sour, bitter, sweet, or salty. Sour, sweet, bitter, and salty are words we use to describe how something tastes. Touching. Our skin gives us the sense of touch. We have little nerves in our skin, enlarged nerve cell. These nerves can tell us if something is too hot. Pain is the body's warning sign. We need our senses to stay safe and to enjoy the world around us. What did you learn? 1. What is the black dot in the center of your eye called? Nerves, pupil, eardrum. 2. We use our noses to hear, taste, smell. 3. Taste buds can tell us if something is sweet or salty. True, not true. Glossary. Eardrum, eardrum. A membrane between the outer ear and middle ear that vibrates when struck by sound. Nerves, nerves. Thin fibers that carry messages between your brain and the rest of your body. Pupil, pupil. The black dot in the center of your eye that lets light in and allows you to see. Senses, senses. Our ability to see,